Welcome to Home Cooking with me, Chef Leon Okendo. This is a show where you get to learn how to cook excellent, simple home-cooked cuisine, all in a simple, comfortable manner that will take away all the fears you have of cooking, which I know most of us have. On the show, we're going to have multiple guests who are going to take us through each and every delicious course that I'm going to create here. I hope you enjoy. Hey, my G.
What's up, bro?
Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Awesome.
I'm doing a cooking show. By the way, I don't know if you know. You wanna introduce yourself to the people?
Yes, I
Tell
know.
them who you are, what you're up to.
Hi guys, my name is George. I'm from Westlands. What I do is I manage a company called Westlands Unisex Salon and Barber Shop. And I'm also part-time engineer, electrical engineer. Here at Leon's, so you can see what's cooking today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are you fixing us today?
Well, today I'm gonna hook you up with what I call my special breakfast casserole. Breakfast casserole.
Nice, I did it.
Nice. You're in luck.
Yeah.
It's about to be fixed.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what we're doing really is we're going to create a nice sauce, basic base for our entire casserole. It's gonna be based on tomatoes. We're gonna add a couple of onions. We're also gonna add a bit of garlic. We have basil to finish it off. We've got some onions for a bit of flavor. We've got some carrots.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. Most people don't really know that. Carrots could really help us come to the energy. So we're also gonna add a bit of garlic and a touch of ginger, just to finesse it. And we're gonna finish it off with some sausages and some toasted bread.
Interesting.
A classic breakfast.
Yeah, awesome.
So the first thing I do is I get my pan nice and hot. Not too hot, just right. You add a bit of oil. So what you're gonna do right now is saute our vegetables. So that really means it's softening them. Just a complicated word to cook because it's soft.
Yeah.
Now what I really want is a chef's best friend. Alright, so I'm gonna cut up some tomatoes, some onions. Right, nicely diced to make my life. I had some garlic. In my heart, I have a feeling that's not it. Okay, so we've got our garlic, our tomatoes. So the first thing you do is you get your onions together. Not too much, I'd say about a handful. I like adding my chilies with it. I love chili. As I do that, I would like to grate in a bit of garlic. Simplest meal, you'd even be surprised. I'd like to say I could be blindfolded, but I literally think I am actually performing close. Yeah, I wear glasses by the guys. This is a blind man working. Anyway, so what you do, because I love garlic, I'm gonna add about 2 cloves of that. Right? I like using my hands, they're clean. Always make sure I wash my hands. Always make sure you wash your hands also. After everything you touch, it is an amazing habit to have. Right. So now what I want to do here is get my onions nice and soft. this is where I would love to add a bit of tomato and carrots. Carrots. Now the carrot is important because of the acidity of the tomato. So I'm gonna grate a bit of carrot.
It helped like
So you can have a bit of a crunchiness now. It's good to have soft on it, but then once in a while if you have a nice crunch to it, that is also the ticket.
So how do you know oil is too much? Like, like for me when I started cooking, I had a habit of deep frying onions.
Did you? I mean, onions are really simple because the main thing you need to do is once they're soft. In fact, this is weird one. They say translucent. Skincare is a mingi. But what you really want is just more of like a shine on the pan. You know, like when you apply baby oil on your skin, the way it shines.
Yeah.
So you like feel that oil is like a good liquid for the pan.
Yeah.
But really, you just need to play with it. You need to just understand that less is more.
Is there a difference between like the solid oil and the liquid oil in terms of health?
In terms of health, I mean sunflower oil I'm sure is better than lard, which is what a lot of people use, things like Kimbo.
Yeah.
So I would prefer sunflower oil, but if I could have the kind of budget that could allow me to do olive oil every day, that is the best thing to do. Olive oil is hands down legit. Although I've recently found out that most of these olive oil companies are actually legitimate. They tend to sell you something that's not really 100%. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I trust you. So we're going to add some tomatoes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's now perfect balance. Got that flavor. You can turn up the heat now because you really want that to turn into a nice sauce. That's what it's all about at this point. Just a nice cooked up sauce. Just for flavor, because we're hungry. I'm hungry and I want to eat something a bit tastier than usual. So I take about 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. Okay, let me add like 4 teaspoons of tomato paste. But 2 is okay. What you really want from tomato paste is for it to bind the flavors for it. So it's essentially just that. Kind of like it's the same idea as when you take butter and you add something delicious like I don't know, like vegetables. You know the way the vegetables the butter it's like it coats them in something really tasty. Yeah, so it's kind of the same concept, but this is more. Sorry.
It blends with the other ingredients.
Yeah, yani inashikanisha tu. Inafanya ishikanishe tu vizuri sana. So keka nini kidogo tomato paste. Cooking, yeah, this is supposed to be, it's supposed to be the whole thing of like, cooking is just supposed to make you relax, right? Yeah. In fact, George, I'm going to do something unorthodox. I'm going to ask my guest to help me do something. I hope you're ready. You're ready, Cindy?
Yeah.
I know, man, I can feel the fire. So I'm going to put you there with a bit of oil. Yeah. Not too much, man. I'm going to give you, it's a bit tricky. Most people think it's all kitulaisi, but this is on TV, man. Yeah. Sausages. Sausages, George. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Bring them.
Are you sure? Yeah. You're not sweating. I'm not looking at you, but I feel like you might be sweating. You're good?
Very good.
Alright, man. Let's get it. So, the good thing with this meal is it's under 1,000 and it feeds about 5 people. Niyo budget ya masafa. Yani kutaka VIP kidogo ya kuimpress. Done. Done deal. But ningipa mafuta kiasi sana juu ningejua naeka blueband kuishikanisha. Alafu pia kama utaki kuweka mafuta unaweza weka olive oil. You just put a bit of olive oil to make it connect, and then what you do, this is the most important part. You kind of like smash these things together, right? You mash it up nicely. Alright? Now What I want is the flavor to come through. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get a bit of salt. Just hit it with a bit of salt. I'm already tasting the chilliness. I'm gonna add a bit of this, a bit more tomato paste.
I think I should wash my hands, yeah?
Please do, yeah.
Let me wash my hands.
That's how we do, man. That is how we do. And then after that, what I do next is I now cut it up and I find out, like if it's fish especially, it's nice to just lay it out. So you cut off the fillet and you check for anything that looks unusual. And the most important thing to do is to look at the fish's head, because that's where you know if the fish is rotten or fresh. So you cut off the fish's head, break it in half and just take a smell of it. If it looks shady, I need to get your money back. Bonjour. Just a bit of sugar.
So does the sugar go to the food?
This is something really delicious about sugar and tomatoes. Just a bit. You don't need to add a lot.
Yeah, even when we were small, you remember, used to like cut open a tomato, pour some sugar when mom's not seeing.
Then you do that.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing is the same thing but now with avocados.
Really?
Yeah, I used to take, if I used to take avocados, I used to pour juice inside.
Juice?
Which was kind of ridiculous. So you cut up an avocado, pour some juice, add some sugar, orange juice, and then mix it up.
Oh, what?
I don't know why, but it was like, at the time, the best idea I ever had. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, my God.
Awesome.
My God, yani, how much have you spent on that thing? Less than 1,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what I do is I crack my 3 eggs. This is like the surgical part that the chef have been telling you, I've been showing you. If I embarrass myself, it's not their fault, it's me. It's me, and let's just remember that I can't see, but I think food you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was gonna talk about that, but let me prove it. Let me just prove that you can just feel what a good meal is supposed to be without actually seeing it. Okay, so the first thing I do, I flatten my sauce nicely, right? Then I'm gonna make a couple of holes in this thing. And in each hole, crack a nice egg. No stress, no stress. Just to cover it with a lid, which is actually probably here. Awesome. So we turn up the heat, and guess what? Guess what we do now? Hey, my G. Alright, now this is the most dangerous thing, and I don't recommend you to do it unless you've cooked food and it hasn't burnt. If you are capable of cooking food and not burning it, take a bit of water on your fingers, and if you hear that sound, then you can make your sausages.
Hey, that's really new.
So I just dip them so that the oil seeps in and it cooks inside. And you may have noticed that minimal oil. I don't like it too much. I feel as though these sausages are filled. You know what? Let's have a party. I'm really hungry actually.
Yeah.
And this is essentially a breakfast for about 5 people. Ole. Alright. So now what I really want for this is for the eggs. Woo. You check them. Some people like it when the yolk pours, but I prefer it when it's well done. So those eggs are top notch. You poke the center and you find out if there is any yolk, which some people like. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, but most people don't like the whole concept. And I add a bit of cheddar cheese.
It looks like a pizza.
It does look like a pizza, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Just take a nice little slice. And this cheddar, people think cheese is expensive, but I've been shopping at Quick Mart and you can actually buy cheese per gram, which I never knew you could do. So instead of spending 300 bob or whatever, I just spent about 80 bob on cheese.
Yeah.
Imagine, yeah. 80 bob on cheese.
That's a really good deal.
That is like, I was even scared to confirm. I just paid for it and I took off. You saw me, I just ran.
Yeah.
I was like, 80 bob. Then she just left.
Yeah.
She told me thank you, I was already at the door. Right, so you add a bit of cheese. And then you finish off with my favorite plant in the world, basil.
Basil.
Basil, yes, just a little bit.
So what are the health benefits of basil?
Basil is just like, it's the cure to anything. It smells amazing. I think it's I was gonna say antioxidant, but I'm not a scientist.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say it tastes amazing. And I've never heard of anyone dying from basil. So I'd recommend, if you want to go vegetarian, start with what I'm doing right now. There's no meat. Hey guys, so I'm gonna run you through this one more time. So in order to make it as good as it is right now, it's really simple. What you do is you start off with 3 tablespoons of oil. Very basic. And you just want your pan to have a nice layer. So that means that the oil should make it shine a bit. And that's how you know it's just right. Then you add about, let's say 1 teaspoon of garlic. And then you also add about 1 teaspoon of ginger. You also add about 4 tablespoons of onion. And you cook them until they become really soft. Right? So once they're really soft, I want you to add about, let's say, half a cup or 1 cup of tomato, depending on how much tomato you like. You grate some carrot on top of it to ensure that it doesn't become too acidic. And you let that cook into a nice sauce. Now you can also add tomato paste if you like, which is okay. It adds a bit more flavor and it binds. And it makes everything shikanika really nicely. So it really connects the whole dish. It's good for sauces to combine. And you add a bit of black pepper. You add a bit of salt. You also add about a teaspoon of sugar for a bit more flavor on the tomato. There's something really nice about tomatoes and a bit of sugar. It kind of opens the flavors up. After that, you take a spoon and you make a few small holes. I'm doing about 3 eggs, but what you want is to make a few holes outside the rim of the egg. So what you're really aiming for is about 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do between 3 and 4 small holes, depending on the size of your pan, but I recommend 4 or 3. It's better to be safe than sorry. And you crack an egg. Basically, just crack an egg into it and you let it cook on low heat. Ensure that you cover your pan and you ensure that as it cooks, you keep checking so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. So what you really want to do is cook it at low heat after the eggs are in there for about, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes on low heat. The good thing is that because the stew is cooked, the eggs will cook a bit faster. So you cover that up and you let that keep going. And while that's happening, you have your pan and you have your sausages. And sausages are very simple, honestly. A bit of oil in the pan. You've got your fork at all times. You make a hole in the sausages. And once the oil is hot, and you can test it, you can just take a drop of water, and once you get the nice sizzle, just a drop of water, you put your sausages in with the holes, one by one, and you put it gently. Don't be afraid of the oil. Make sure the heat is low if you're too scared of the heat, so that you don't worry about the oil splashing in. So you take sausages, you put them in one by one. You can do about let's say 10 big sausages or let's say 15 small sausages, it's up to you. And you let that go on for a while. And once this is ready, you can garnish it with a bit of rosemary, as I have done, just for a bit of extra aroma and a bit of presentation. And then this you can garnish with a bit of basil. Now basil is not just good for looking at, but it also tastes incredible. So I highly recommend you put it in your dish when you're ready. And so that's basically a run through of what we made today. I hope you enjoy.